Losers bracket, here is Nouns Esports, who got knocked down a little earlier. They're looking to secure their spot soon. They're going up against UTOPIA right now. Nouns Esports, your purple team. UTOPIA, your orange team.
Boy, Spreggles, I am very excited to see more from Nouns. Obviously, I really want to see more from Squishy Squad as well, the team that sent them down to losers and qualified in doing so. So luckily next weekend we'll get a bit more vision of them, but it's going to feel so wrong to not have Nouns there. So I got to admit, I am cheering a little bit for Nouns Esports in this specific match.
Well, I think it's hard not to, right? I guarantee there are plenty of people who want to see Nouns Esports lose. There's always, you know, the feeling of like seeing kind of the big dog get taken down, right? There's something exciting to that. There's also something exciting about the region being so competitive that something like that would happen. But I do think you want some of the big names around too. I definitely would like to see Nouns move on, but you know, if multiple teams can take them down, then hats off to them.
Yeah. It would be a crazy precedent to set of Nouns Esports going down early. So we'll see. They are not out of this tournament yet. In fact, they just need to win 2 more matches and they are qualified. But the first team standing in front of them, obviously Team UTOPIA. We only have a Gibble so far. Evolution giving them some iframes, dodges a couple instances of the side shock, but Yûtao closes the gap nonetheless. A trade of knockouts in the top side.
Yeah, and it looks like this War Turtle's in a lot of trouble right here. Nice Magician right there and Skull Bash to get out of that situation. Pikachu, by the way, something I didn't notice in the bottom path. I've seen Team YouTube running Pikachu quite a bit in some of their I almost called them squims. In some of their squims, I've seen a little Pikachu, and I actually think it's better than people think. I think Pikachu still has a place in the meta.
I still think them and Glaceon are the 2 best cursed incense users. If you want anti-heal options, I think Pikachu and Glaceon are incredible.
Amazing with it. Pikachu too, yeah, you're right. And if they have a high-quality speedster on the other team, you're just so upset to see Pika.
Oh, yeah. Also, Electroweb, for some reason, was one of the best moves in the entire game.
I don't know why. Oh my gosh.
It's so strong. It's one of those moments where I hate hitting my next level, so I have to leave it. I don't want to because it is such an incredible maneuver.
Yeah, it is so incredibly good right here. Blastoise with the rapid spin. We've seen a lot of different looks of Blastoise today, as we've been talking about. Oh my gosh, that eject. Barely saving him right there from that Psychic from Gardevoir. Gardevoir also has been crushing it today. Not shocked to see that. The buffs were really nice. And Guardy's Unite move now not being so do or die is just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We have the Gabite going pretty hard from Resu. Does not find any KOs, but Nouns Esports is looking a little low. ZV is going to find the KO on a Combuskin, but Gardevoir, again, just a great balance check. Being the central area Pokemon, those Psy Shocks doing so much AoE damage. Even the Blastoise and Gabite defenses can't hold up.
I'm wondering what was banned here. Obviously, we see no Lithium. Doesn't mean it was banned. I'm assuming Buzzwole was banned for sure, and that may be why we're...
maybe?
Yeah, Clefable as well. I'm guessing it would be maybe Clefable Buzz? Something like that?
This could be options.
Registeel getting very low. They have incredible secure. Here's the snipe shot, and it takes it.
Pretty easy lineup for them. BADISU on the Slowbro doesn't really have any great last hits options anyway, so they're just going to try to retreat to this goal zone and decide to try to protect it. Huge Fairy Singularity is going to grab 2, and Bruv walks in on cleanup duty and immediately steals the Blastoise shields. Oh, what a slap in the face.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful play. I mean, Umbreon is so disgusting for that reason. If you have any Pokemon that has a massive Unite move, you just take so much of its value away. You can't play Wiggly into it at all, obviously. And something like Blastoise's shield is huge, and it's gone immediately. Nouns maybe pushing a little bit too far. They're going to pay for it with a couple of KOs. Umbreon does go down here. They're not able to pick up tonslim or ADESu. Points looking very good for Nouns. And Megu right now needing to take this time to stack up, obviously.
Yeah, that's the trade-off, right? Maybe they give up some experience on the other side, but at least Megu was able to farm a few attack weight stacks. However, what a collapse from the rest of Team UTOPIA as they absolutely shut down that push. And finally, we have the Garchomp available. This Unite move could be devastating in the hands of UTOPIA. They just got to avoid those Bruv mean looks, or at least outlast them.
Yeah. Got to wait for the mean look to pass, and then as soon as it does, you can move in on Guardy and pick up a big Unite move. If it wasn't stunned right there, that was an immediate Dragon combo into a Unite, for sure.
Yeah, you best believe it. BADISU gonna run all the way back to their side, trying to play around this portal. You gotta avoid a huge overheat, but they do reset. They're able to live through that damage.
I gotta say that was really impressive. That was a scary moment. They had to play right on the edge of that overheat. You knew exactly what he was trying to do with it. You all saw the play. They needed to get back through the hyperspace hole, and they do. Really impressive stuff. Nice Thunderbolt. I really do love Pikachu in this situation. Huge slow beam too. I think it's a great call. I do.
Extremely strong. Its Unite move is great because the composition that Nouns Esports is going to be trying to play quite split up. They're not really death ball-y at all, and you're going to have a lot of targets who are tough to find with your composition that's more focused on brawling. Pikachu Unite will be hitting a few targets. However, there is a whole lot of final bosses you got to make it through if you're going to try to defeat Nouns Esports. Two of those, Yûtao and tonslim, the two long-range damage dealer masters on this squad.
Yeah, I mean, just it's superstars everywhere you look on Nouns Esports.
True.
You know, it's there isn't a single player that you can discount. Every single one of them, the best at what they do, and some of them moving into new roles that we have not seen them really play before, like ADESu.
ADESu on that Hoopa, and then Megu on the top lane, where previously we saw them be basically well, let's call it a slow bro one trick. So exciting to see them on some more, I'll call them invigorating Pokemon. Fun to watch in that way.
Yeah, 175, 123 right now. This match is really, really close. Level-wise, obviously, it's skewing slightly onto the side of Nouns Esports, but, you know, they're not absolutely crushing this game either, and we look like we're getting ready for a massive 5v5. I don't know if everyone knows that every single member of both teams is here right now. The Unite move coming out from Gardevoir. We have Garchomp moving in. Huge Garchomp Unite move, but can it catch anyone? He's looking for Toon. He's really not able to do much. Now he's caught in this flux zone, dealing with an Inteleon and an Eldegoss. Pikachu throws down some Thunder, but nothing happened. Beautiful defense right there from Nouns.
Oh, and they don't come back through the portal. Good read by the rest of Nouns Esports. They don't see that portal glowing. They immediately run past to try to get some value on the goal zone. Well, that's shut down too. Just take those Swablu Altarios for your time and immediately back. Regieleki will be slightly stronger, of course, with that tier 1 broken on Nouns Esports side for Team UTOPIA. It could be a good option to rip through. And they've already ripped through one before. Having Garchomp and Pikachu gives you a lot of wild Pokemon rip damage. Not greatest secure in the world, but at the very least, you can get it down quickly.
Here we go. Massive snipe shot. Oh, and the double.
Doubled up.
Jeez. I mean, you knew where it was, you know, and you fired it quick, and you got it, buddy.
Double tap, tonslim specialty, I suppose. Now, the good thing for Team UTOPIA, they know where Nouns Esports is. They are all bunched up together, and a portal is going to reset. However, that's not going to bring the Blastoise with them. They go down 20 seconds, 15 seconds of the final stretch. The Blastoise will not be available.
Yeah, huge. Slowbro going down as well. You would assume that Nouns might even start here, and they are. They're tapping Rayquaza at the same time they continue zoning them out. They have a Hoopa, and for that reason, it looks like they backed off of this fight for a second right here because they know they can bring the team in. They're still zoning them, and it looks like they're looking for a small score right here, but of course this is going to bring the ire of the entire Nouns Esports team down to the bottom path. Garchomp in a lot of trouble right here, eating a massive snipe shot. Garchomp now down, and it feels like they just can't catch their footing here on the side of UTOPIA. At any moment right here, they have a player of theirs down, so they can't mount a comeback. Garchomp back in 7 seconds. They're going to need to make a play.
It seems like Team UTOPIA is just waiting for the perfect situation, but I don't know if that will ever arrive against a team like Nouns Esports. This Hoopa's been holding on to the Unite move for so incredibly long to try to bail out their team, but it feels like we're just constantly forced into frequent resets. UTOPIA still completely bubbled outside of this Rayquaza pit. I mean, Nouns Esports has complete control, and now we're even swinging around for some potential backcaps as Zvbt is going for the score, but Bruv is responding in the same way.
It looks like we're backcapping. We've got to be backcapping into a Hoopa Unite, and this is it right here. There's no time left. Yeah, here's the Hoopa Unite. They're pushing in. Rayquaza is getting chipped up right now. They know they're behind. They're looking for something. Blastoise Unite move trying to knock them up. Rayquaza is at half right here, but they don't have incredible secure on the side of UTOPIA. We see one member down on UTOPIA, two down on UTOPIA. Garchomp Unite move onto the Rayquaza. Will it be enough? Doesn't look like it, and Nouns secures it right there.
tonslim literally Unite moving right in front of Rayquaza's face, firing left and right with those finger guns, and demolishes Team UTOPIA. I think they walked away from that team fight with a KO streak of 3, and Rayquaza included in that as well. And All right, that is the Nouns Esports that we know and love, Spraggles. They are here. They might be in losers bracket, but it seems like the energy is still behind them.
Yeah, I mean, Nouns Esports, we're giving them our energy, apparently. They're looking fantastic, and I mean, obviously, you know, it's what you would expect from a team this good. It's what you would expect from a roster like that. Sure that I'm seeing it, you know, as a huge difference maker in a lot of these games. That being said, you know, we're seeing Dodrio right now, and that's something I think to talk about is the state of speedsters inside competitive Pokemon Unite, which is there is one, it's named Leafeon, and everything else really doesn't get a ton of play. You see very, very little Meowscarada, which is a bummer because I would love to see it more. You see very little Bird now. They nerfed it for some reason. They nerfed Zoroark as well. These Pokemon are interesting because speedsters, I feel like, are on a razor's edge of being viable or not. And then a little nerf can just send it out of play completely.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're tough to balance in that way. The scales can really tip either direction. I do think, though, the big part about speedsters is they're just so metagame dependent. Like, there is no role more easily counterable than assassins, right? In any MOBA. This is not just Unite. They are so feast or famine. So if you were going into a metagame where there is a lot of crowd control and a lot of just like bulk, it is very difficult for an assassin, or in our case speedsters, to really thrive. However, in this metagame that we're seeing a lot of double mage, like even double sniper, which are great for speedsters to thrive in. So I don't know. I feel like the hard times you've been experiencing might be almost over, Spraggles. I think the return of the speedsters is upon us soon.
I hope so. I really hope so. I think we're getting a little bit of that echo on Parsec again. I don't know exactly what causes that, but
really?
A little bit of a Parsec echo. I'm not sure. As we're watching this Dodrio, Tri-Attack obviously has become the thing in for Dodrio players. It's always been good. I want to point out Tri-Attack has not been buffed. It's just that Drill Peck was nerfed. Tri-Attack could always do this. People just didn't give it a shot.
Already fighting the allegations. I hear you. just know, I always knew. I always knew it was good.
It was. It was always good. In fact, my first favorite build was Tri-Attack Jump Kick. What, does that make me some sort of genius? Maybe.
Hipster.
Maybe. Hipster. I like Tri-Attack before it was good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a Dodrio hipster out here, and I've got 3 cool hats.
Oh, dang. That's so many cool hats. Okay, so this is the central area in Teleon that we were talking about. Obviously, we normally see this in Path just because of how incredible the last hit secure is for this Pokemon. It's not that it does bad in the central area, it's just that you basically single-handedly win the bot lane if Inteleon is there. So a bit of a shocker to see Yûtao there. However, at 720, they're already level 8. So I think time well earned.
Here we go. Megu pushing forward right here with the help of Yûtao on that Inteleon. They pick up a massive KO, pushing towards this goal zone. They need these stacks early. We don't know what exactly Megu's playing on Blaziken. Oftentimes in solo queue, you're playing double stacking Blaziken, and you may be doing that right here as well, as Dodrio missed it a lot of times, but finally got that boosted to take down the Combusken.
Meanwhile, Registeel has been getting paid some attention by a few members of Nouns Esports. Toon and Bruv obviously trying to play it. However, BADISU has been discovered in that tall grass. Crustle waiting on the far wings as these two evolutions try to break it down. Sylveon, notable rip, but tonslim trying to save that Hyper Voice for a last hit secure, and they do take it. Red buff going onto the side of Nouns Esports.
It was actually a scary secure there for Nouns. I mean, Rock Tomb's a pretty good secure. It has crazy range, and you know, you're ticking with that Hyper Voice, so you're just trying to get a little bit lucky right there. Dodrio moving in, seeing if it can get anything done against this Blaziken right here, dancing around a little bit up in the top path. We have a bit of a fight breaking out as ADESu was caught right now by the Buzzwole, picked up, set down, but somehow makes it out of this situation. Here comes the overheat, landing on the Crustle into the Rock Tomb. X-Scissor pushes that Blaziken for a massive stun. The whole team is grouped up, but it's not like Inteleon is able to do damage in a group. It's a single target Pokemon, so it doesn't really pick up any big KO right there as they continue pushing onto this top path. And here comes Toon with the Hyper Voice trying to clean this thing up, but instead has to use a Unite move of its own, united back by Buzzwole. And that was a real back and forth fight. I would say it looks like our orange team Utopia maybe got the best of that one.
In terms of experience and knockouts, absolutely agree, but at least credit to Nouns Esports for being able to hold down the fort on that goal zone and not allow a score lead to be increased via that fight. So impressive stuff from Nouns, at least in that regard, but UTOPIA, absolutely, showing some signs that they can hang with the best of the best in EU, make it with eject button combos, but in the end, it's the Eldegoss auto that takes that Regieleki.
And here we go. We can see them looking to defend this Reggie. Toon's just going to be able to burn this thing down, as well as Megu quite literally burning it down, as we have Dodrio running towards this bottom path. Hoopa bringing the team through. We're going to have to see what they want to do here. And it looks like Dodrio was trying to score, but maybe got stuck on the outside of that pad. Didn't start it at all first, and then got picked up for a big KO.
All right, another chance for Nouns Esports to really take an advantage in this game. However, Buzzwell's eject button comboing into Megu. That unstoppable going to allow them to get through that portal and reset. ADESu drops a very aggressive Unite move portal, but tonslim the one to really take full advantage of the space created. They are carving through enemies with this Hyper Voice.
And here we go, Dodrio just looking for these moments. Nice big Unite move. Can it get... No, it could not take down the Blaziken at the end there. The Boosteds were finding their mark, but they didn't stop Megu, who gets a nice 30-point overcap into this bottom goal zone, while at the same time picking up some of this experience and now being able to rip this Crustal apart. Level 12 there on the Blaziken. And it looked all right last game, and some of these fights, it looked pretty beautiful this game.
Yeah, okay, I think we're starting to see the idea of why Megu wants to be playing this Pokemon. I mean, the versatility, obviously so important, and that overheat burst damage is tremendous. So, leveraging big moments like that, as well as they're able to take the Regirock in the bottom path. Now they got a defense buff, tonslim can be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely, as they're heading up towards this top path. Ooh, we can see a little bit of a catch here in the center, but there's the snipe shot by Dodrio. It just takes one, really. It just takes one.
Point blank range, and still is just devastating enemy HP bars as Megu yet again starts another forward fight. tonslim takes up another as Buzzwell goes down. Crustle shows up, but I'm afraid you're a little late to the party, although you are well dressed, as Crustle is going to have to retreat as another goal zone is shattered. 26-point overdone.
They do have quite the hat on them, don't they, Zoinks? Regieleki here in this top path, going down easily here. Whoa, missing the snipe shot a little bit, no big deal. Dodrio looking for their stacks. They're doing everything they can to get these here. I mean, inting quite a bit, but they know how powerful Dodrio is if it can get a couple of those. It is going to go down here. I don't know if one stack and a little bit of scoring was worth it, but it could be if it's the difference maker between a KO and not.
Sure. Yeah, I would say so, especially a Pokemon that is so all-in like Dodrio. Obviously, you have your initial engagements with the Tri-Attack. I guess your Unite move adds you a little bit of extra either bail or get another chance at damage option, but... Sport Eldegoss trying to duck, dip, dive, and dodge every which way, but at the end, Blaziken will always find a way to KO you. Megu, almost at level 14 now.
It was a beautiful KO right there, using that Blaze Kick. When you kick them into the wall like that, you stun them briefly for a moment so you can easily hit that overheat, which is what they did right there, picking up a nice KO. 2 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock right now, which means Rayquaza is about to hit the map. Nouns is up, and once again, it does feel like they're in a great position. They're just able to... Gosh, look at these snipes, by the way. Just able to zone the enemy team out. They're going to have to reset here because they're just getting absolutely chunked.
Just over 100 points separate these teams, and yet another snipe shot lands. Yûtao is simply not missing in this fight in particular. Is now with only a minute 40 left on the clock. Team UTOPIA is sent scrambling, desperately trying to find another answer to this Noun squad.
You can see the mean look just putting him in such a horrible position right here. The snipe shots can really land true. They know exactly where the enemy is positioned at. tonslim actually ripping apart this Buzzwole as it sits in a mean look, trying to unite to save itself, but it's not going to work. Crustal also using the unite move. Umbreon straight through the portal right here, running up, getting a nice stun on the Hoopa, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as Bruv comes in, takes the shield from it with its unite move. The mean look onto the Dodrio unite. It's never been more cruel than in a moment like that. Glaceon in a ton of trouble right here. Nouns is up. They don't need to take Ray. They can move back and try to score, which is what they are doing right here. 1 minute left. Buzzwole trying to make a defense happen, but it can't even really use its moves because of mean look.
Yeah, I think Nouns Esports has got this one in the bag, if you will. I mean, it would take a literal miracle for Utopia to find a way back into this match. And Nouns Esports are now going to put themselves at 1 match away from qualifying into your top 8. Against a very, very tough opponent on the other side, though. I hope Capybabas has been practicing their game as well. Another eject button tech showcased by Megu. Obviously, they knew they were on stream. They had to show it off for you.
Yeah, they were like, look, we doing eject button techs today? Okay, we can show just another look at the Blaziken tech right here from one of the top players in the world. You absolutely love to see it. Points continue to rain in. It's Nouns Esports. They're so tough to beat. I mean, they're one of the best in the world, or at least that's what we're thinking right here, as they have been for the past couple years, especially with the few new additions. It looks like they are still looking amazing.
Would not agree more, Spraggles. I love watching this team when they are making runs like this. Yûtao with 13.